Hello everybody and welcome back to Stationeers. So I've just gone and done a little bit of mining. So hopefully I won't have to do much mining today, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Um, I went out specifically to get some volatile because my fuel mix is almost correct, but not quite. Because we ran out of volatile. The fuel mix is still working because this went down to 200 kPa and no lower than that. But obviously, I want to get that fuel mix bang on before I start using it in bulk anywhere else. So I'm just going to stick 3 stacks of volatile in there, and we're almost sorted. Look, the oxygen is coming in at still 100, oh, not even 100% now. It is slowly but surely bringing it back to where we want it. So if we check on this a little bit later, I'm hoping it'll be pretty much bang on again. So last time we extended. Let me just sort out my inventory because I've got everything everywhere. So last time we extended the greenhouse. Well, we just made a bit of a strip really, and this is going to be long and just potatoes. And somebody corrected me. I kept thinking for some reason that the larry needs two frames worth of space vertically, but I'm wrong. It only needs one, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's nice having a big room, so why not? Why not? The oven, we're still getting through the potatoes. It's going to be a little while before we can do a thing. I want to just test something, and I don't think it's going to do anything. I'm just curious. I can't see why this would be a thing. But basically, I'm just curious to know if I stick iron ore in here. I assume that isn't off-gassing, which it isn't. But now I've got reagent. It's something that occurred to me like 2 seconds ago. So keep an eye on this. So 64. Well, hang on. What does iron contain? So iron has CO2 and pollutant. Okay, so the pollutant is at 0.098 and the CO2 is at 23.2. If I stick iron in there... Okay, so I think this is quite interesting because I am getting reagent from that. And then, if I stick it in my furnace... No temperature change. So we can actually force. So I've just mined all this. So if we look at copper, copper contains nitrogen, pollutant, and CO2. So we should definitely see a change. But we don't. If I put the copper in here, nothing is changing. It is literally just turning our ore into reagent. And then, obviously, as you can see, if I just stick my reagent in there, no temperature change. So that is good to know. I can basically turn all ores into degassed reagent and process them as I want. I don't know what this is. Have I just done this one now? What is this? Oh, that's my iron. Yeah. So, for anyone who didn't know that, because I literally walked through that door and just thought that. So, that's interesting. Let's get that iron out. What is this? That is an absolute crap ton of everything. That needs to go through here. And get that. Yeah, I'm watchful for that. That's the thing. Obviously, we're using a bit of power, but I think keeping a furnace hot is more difficult than gaining power. So the fact that I can basically use any furnace as a... I probably need to up this pressure, but I can use any furnace as a hotbox, even without really worrying about it, as long as I can run something through the recycler. So that is definitely something. But obviously in here we created our little battery room, so power-wise, we are not going to be struggling anytime soon. So that is something. And I started, I don't know why I was doing this, but I had a thought about cooling a gas fuel generator room using liquid nitrogen. But in all honesty, that's probably going to overcomplicate what is basically going to be a very easy thing to do on the moon. So we're not going to do that. However, I am still curious to know whether the nitrogen will continue to cool to a point where it will pop that pipe. So let me just dump all of my shit on the floor, because I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell I've got in here. Why have I got a solid fuel generator? What was I going to do with that? Oh, I moved it, didn't I? Yes, when I was... That's my mining belt. When I was doing the batteries, that's fine. We don't need that back up now. Okay, let me go and have a look at the liquid nitrogen. It's more just for my own knowledge, really, but I think I've seen in the Discord people saying that any gas or liquid whatever will only cool down to, and I think they said 50 Kelvin. So if we have a look in here. Okay, so it's only getting down. So as you can see there, look, the CO2 is leaking through because that pipe is not pure nitrogen, but we're basically just deleting the CO2. But it's not going any colder than 141. So if we have a look at nitrogen, 141 is here. Wait, is that what I was trying to do? Oh yeah, I wanted liquid, didn't I? That was the point. I wanted liquid. So now, all I've got to do is, if I wait, the pressure should go up. That's interesting. It's only getting down to negative 141 though. I thought it would have gone colder than that. Which is fine by me. I mean, I'm happy having cold gas. That's not an issue. But I want cold liquid. So what did I set this to? 550 kPa, and we're on it. So let's bump this pressure up. Because at negative 141, we're looking for a pressure at just over 1.2 megapascal. So if I do, what was it exactly? 1210.3. So if we go for like 1220, bring this down a little bit. We're just doing this for science, really, more than anything else. So that should... So obviously the temperature has gone up because we're pumping now warmer nitrogen in, which is fine. But it should still cool down. How we're going to use this, I don't know. But the fact that we can do this... I don't know. I'm sure I'll find a use for it. But anyway, that isn't really what my goal today is. My goal today is to get... Well, that kind of is my goal, because I want to sort out my gas area. Because I think we ran out of CO2 at the end of the last video. So the CO2 that we got in the base, I think, is all we've got. Oh yeah, so look, we're down to pascals. So we're going to run out of CO2 today. Electrum should not be over here. You should be over there. Okay, so the tank over here, this is coming from the furnace. Now, as you can see, we've got 12 kilomole, or almost 13 kilomoles of CO2. So we can just try and cool this down. I could very easily dump the heat into the vacuum, which is absolutely fine. That is an option, but it's a waste. We may as well gain something from that, and I'm thinking power. We may as well get something for nothing. So I'm just going to quickly go, because I just remembered that I did traders as well last time. And I want to see, because I'm going to get a seed trader, even though when Stellar Sprouts, that guy, yeah? I'm not allowed to trade for Ferns until I'm auction positive. But we can get the seed trader down here ready. So let's bring him down. And he should sell us ferns. I would like to try and get some better food. I'm sick of potatoes. You know what? And also what I might do is, now that we've got all these potatoes over here, I can't harvest them, but if we have a look, these are all ready. So I could, in theory, I could bin off my potatoes in there and move it. Yeah, boom. We got a fern. We got a fern guy. He's selling soy for 200, but I only start with 200. So it maybe we should try selling him some of this water and this CO2. So why don't we aim to do that? Why don't we aim to just make some money off this guy? We can also sell him that box because that's pretty easy. And he will potentially be the only trader that we use, assuming we can get enough money from him. But yeah, you can stay. That's fine. So we've got our trader ready for when we want to do that. But we need to get the CO2 cooled because I'm not pumping 600-degree CO2 into my base. No chance. So, a couple of ways of doing it, like I said. Number one, just bin off the heat into the vacuum. Easiest way of doing it is how we're cooling the base. Absolutely perfectly fine. It is an okay way of doing it. The other option is obviously feed it through a Stirling. Not Stirling, sorry. You could do a Stirling. But gas fuel generator. No. It is Stirling, isn't it? Yeah, because the gas fuel generator requires combustible fuel, I think. Whereas the Stirling would just take a hot gas and it will produce power based on the difference between the gas being put in and the surrounding atmosphere. Now, power isn't really a problem. However, I think it's important to always have power in your back of your head, and I'm only realizing that now because if you've seen me and my wife playing on Vulcan, you'll know that we're not doing very great with power right now. So we're gonna go for the Stirling method, I think, which is pretty easy because we've got gas to put into the canister. We've got volatile, so we can just pump that straight in, and that will give us a 15% efficiency increase. But we need to get the actual Stirling engine built. So let's start with that, and I'm pretty sure it's made in here. It is, and we can just do one straight off the bat. Perfect. I don't think I already made one, did I? Pretty sure I didn't. So the Stirling engine needs what to be built? 2 steel sheets and 2 electronic parts. So I should potentially have the steel sheets somewhere. Oh yeah, there we go. I got one. Of course I've only got one. Why wouldn't I just have one? Let's get some more of you made then. That is 1. And that is 2. Thank you very much. Alright, so that's you done. Now I need electronic parts. I need some gold, which I have. Make 2 of those. Oh, and that's just going to make 2. Perfect. So then what I need is insulated pipe. Now I need more than this. And also I need to go with, it needs to be an orange pipe, but we can paint. Because obviously that's a thing we can do now quite easily. So take you and take you. Make me, if I haven't already got some. I've got 8. Question, how many Stirling engines should I make? Because what you can do is you can create a loop. But that will just cool the entire tank down and you'll eventually start losing efficiency from your first Stirling. Whereas if we had a few of them lined up, is that going to help increase the efficiency? Potentially. Because that way that first Stirling is always dealing with your hottest temperature. So actually, you know what? Let's go for... Screw it. Let's go for 3. I have gold. Let's get that gold degassed. This feels like... is this cheesy? I don't know if this is cheesy. I'm not sure. Either way, we're doing it. Why the hell not? Actually putting the recycler to... because I think the recycler is kind of underrated a little bit. Obviously, the amount of resources you get back off it is minimal. However, this may be a use. Well, this is a use. I'm using this anyway. Definitely. So after this, I'm going to need some more steel sheets. So let's get some of those printed. Make me a few of those. Definitely don't have electronic parts anywhere. which is fine. These guys are going to go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'll get rid of those trees. So, perfect. You and you, and I even have a spare seed log. So yeah, I'll because I'm pretty sure if I look at this, I've got 21.5 liters in that entire pipe network. If I take one of these off, 21.5, I lost water. So yeah, I need to do a pump to get my water out of there. It's minimal, but it's still a loss if I don't do it. So let's not worry about that. We'll just get a pump on it. Problem solved. You've made too many, haven't you? Yes, you have. And how many have you made? You've made 2. That's fine. That's what I wanted. I wanted 3. So give me another 4 electronic parts. And then we have them. Do I have any frames? I'm thinking no. Right, I need one more. So make me some frames. Don't need many, just a few. Give me those parts. And then I guess I'm going to basically want a tank. Where's that? Ice crusher. That'll do. That's 3 frames. That'll do. I don't have any tanks. So let's get an insulated tank made. Copper and silicon. Which I have both of. That's not a lot of silicon. There we go. 1 and 2. Right, make me one of them. So basically all we'll do is we'll run this through a Stirling, and then we will, whatever's left after 3 Stirlings, we will just call that with vacuum, because I'm not fucking about like rerunning it through. 3 Stirlings, considering we're not even struggling for power, although that is going down slowly. So maybe the Stirlings are going to be quite an important part of this. I could just make more solars though. It's not the end of the world. We will see. You've already made me a tank. I don't need another one. Give me that. And then I'm going to want one-way valves. So let's get a couple of those. I'm going to need 3 canisters. So get me those. Iron is you. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And then I need a utility. Which I don't see. So let's make one of those. We're going to make a refilling station. I don't know how often we're really going to need to continue to refill these canisters, but it's fine. And then I'm going to use a pump. I could use a pressure regulator, but I'm just going to go pump because I'm never going to leave it unsupervised anyway. So let's quickly get some water. And let's go and set this up and get these canisters filled. And then decide where the Stirling is going to go. Right. So the volatile, let's check the fuel. Okay, so we're getting quite a lot closer now, which is nice. We've still got a megapascal of volatile in there, so that's absolutely fine. So what I will do is put this guy here with a pump. Yeah, I don't think you could. And then with a pipe. Give me my wrench. Like so. And then let's get the cable connected to you. Okay. So what we're looking for is about, I think I've been told about 60 moles. I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. I'm going to go 70. So it ain't going to take long at all. And we should have enough to fill 3 canisters. I think we have. I'm pretty sure we have. So I want 3 of these. That'll do. Next one. So we're looking at about 2.5 megapascal at 0 degrees. Come on. That's you. And then this one. Oh yeah, we had enough volatile, not a problem. Get you to 70. And we is good. That'll do. Close enough. And that's insulated, so that's not going to be a problem. I can always bring another tank out here should I need to. Right. The Stirling. So, I think it kind of makes sense for the Stirling to be over here, which is fine, because this waste pipe here does not have... There's no pump there. It's just... I mean, that's what I was using to do a manual heating of the base. I'm never going to use that again, probably. But here, this is just a two-way pipe system. And if I get my glasses... So you can see there, it's just connected to the output of the furnace. So all I've got to do is run this pipe. I can probably just go up and over. Or I could just go around here. It doesn't matter. Excuse me. I will have it over here. So what I'll probably do is move that daylight sensor just over there a little bit. We'll have to sort out the solar code, but it's fine. So let me quickly put that over here. Give me some of this red heavy cable. Let me just very quickly go and get that reprogrammed. Otherwise, we aren't going to get our power from the end of the day. Go away. Right, you need to connect to the daylight sensor. And they should be... They are, they're tracking. Boom, perfect, done. Whoop, whoop. Right, so then what we're going to do is all 3 of these can be our Stirling. So we're going to place them outside. The pipe will come into this one. It will go through, and then we'll have the tank over there for further cooling. Because there's definitely going to be more cooling required. So let's go and get these guys placed. So we will have... And also... Yeah, this guy... Like, this heavy cable is the cable that they're going to be pushing the power into. So the first one can go there. That's fine. Then we could put one there. As long as it has a gap, which it does, then that's fine. Oopsie. And then last but not least, that guy can go there. Get these guys welded. Steel sheets, not electronic parts. And then it'll be electronic part and screwdriver. Or just electronic part. That's also fine. I've put you too far forward. I can't live with that. Let me quickly take it down. With the hand drill. Thank you. Then the wrench. And finally the hand drill again. Just stick you back 1. There we go, that's better. Thank you, suit lady. So what is it? Steel sheet and welder. Then just the electronic parts. Boom. Right, and then we will go for pipe. I need to make sure I get some drains. Just in case something happens. Because there will be pollutant in there. So we don't want to risk that being a problem. I know I don't have to do this, but I want to, because I can. Right, so then this guy will just connect to there, so I'll need some more pipes. which is fine. Oh, jetpack went out. Fuck. Okay. And then after ye, we're going to have our cold gas. Now, the problem is the cold gas is going to be... I'm going to have to trail it all the way back over there. Does that make sense? I mean, I guess technically no. So, because I want these over here because of the power, but my gas is right at the other side of the base. Badoo, 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 badoo. I probably... Maybe I should change... Because the output of the furnace, maybe that goes into a tank over here instead. Maybe I put a tank up here on top. And that's where the output goes. That output then runs through the Stirlings. The pipe then runs back to here. Bit of an all over the shop kind of job, but why not? Let's make a mess of everything. So give me the tank. I might have to go sort out my jet. Oh, what the hell? Why am I floating in the air? I don't know. Shit. Fuck. I've got no duct tape. I've got no duct tape. I've got no duct tape. Oh. I just remembered something as well. I've got to do a thing, haven't I? Otherwise people are threatening me. We can't be having that now. I need to put some stairs outside the front door. People are sick and tired of me jumping into my base, so let me do that now. Priorities and everything. While that's doing that, we go get some jetpack, which we are good for. Okie dokie. Now, let me get these stairs. Right, you can go off for a bit. And we will go for... Do we go stairs or stairs with railings? I'm going to go railings. Because I can. Are you happy now, people? Are you happy? I need more insulated pipes. So let's go get some of those. I also need windows for around the Stirlings. Now, I had some windows. I don't know where I put them. I've got 2. That's not good enough. Oh, hang on. No, that's not what I want. I need composites. Nope. What am I doing? Wall. Make me some of those. These use steel and glass. I have some glass, but I'm going to need more. I'm going to want... Well, actually, they don't even need to be glass. These could just be walls. It doesn't matter. Because I'm not bothered if I can't see them on the outside. I want to be able to see them from in here. So go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just need 8. That's 4. I need 2 more. One more. Perfect. Okay. I've got my steel sheets. I'm pretty sure the... Does the composite wall need plastic? I can't remember. Oh yeah, it's plastic I need. Got 1. Got 2. I need more. So plastic sheets. Get me a handful of those. We'll go back out in a second and we will see what temperature that's coming out of. The pipe hasn't popped, so it can't be solid. Otherwise, we would have known about it by now. Right, that gives me 9. I've got 8, so I need 16 in total. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Thank you. Oh, I need to get the pipes going. Bloody Nora. Let me back in. Right, make me... You know what? All of that. I am more than happy for you to make 26 pipes. That is not a problem. Okay. So around the Stirlings, we go. I'm just going to use the composite walls because that's what I've made. And also, whoops, it's easy. I can. They're inside the walls, that is fine. We'll do that. And then all we'll do is make sure we rotate that the right way. It makes a little bit of sense. Then the plastic, I made too many plastics, I can't count. I need a 16, not 18. Actually, before I do that, I should probably get all the cabling put in. 1 moment, please, caller. Gonna need some heavy cable. Bam, 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 bam. Right, heavy cable. If you got gold and copper, you do, so make that. Since I'm in here, let's go get a potato to eat. Shove that potato in the face. I'll empty that as well. This takes so long. I look forward to other food types. There we go. Give me my water. Empty the waste tank. Thank you very much. Got pipes. And not got a lot of cable, but I got something. Let's go and get all of those bad boys hooked up. I'm trying to decide what's best to do, but I think the Stirlings, because I'm a bit torn. So obviously the Stirlings are gonna produce us a nice amount of power, but I don't want them all on all the time because then we'd be wasting our power generation. At the same time, the reason I'm putting these in is because I want them to cool. So it's kind of like, well, if I don't have them on, I'm not cooling my gas. So we'll worry about that at a later date when we decided what the hell we're going to be doing here. I could have just done this from the inside, but never mind. I could have got it all welded up and popped those windows out. But it's fine. And then last one. I'm stuck. Right, you go there. You go there. Right, so that's all of those. I need the drains, but I'll do those on the inside. Are they iron frames or are they steel frames? They're iron. Fuck. But you're all steel. I'm not allowed to take you out. So you know what? Let's just do this. Let's get rid of these iron frames. Not doing anything anyway. Give me... Hang on. Right, you go there. They're floating, but only for a split second. We're gonna sort it. We're gonna sort it. Right, you go there. Give me those. 1, 2, 3. Now let's get those welded. I'm gonna run out of battery before I get this done. I told you. I mean, I thought it was going to prove me to be a liar then, but no, it didn't. Right, you do that. And you get welded. Okay, boom. The output of you is just going to get cycled back round. It's a bit of a waste of pipes, to be honest, but I'm wasteful, and we all know it. So give me some 10s now. Probably still don't have enough pipes, to be honest. Give me those. Waste not, want not. And basically that pipe is going to feed into this pipe. So let me see. That's the output. So I'm not allowed to take things out from the wall. So instead what we'll do, rather than screwing up the hotbox, let's remove that and that. And then I can stick that there. Rotate you around. Are you sticking out? You are sticking out. That looks stupid. Can't do that. Let's go for a 3. And then what we'll do is we'll just jump over here. I think that should be enough structural support, I think. So we go for a straight and then a corner. 1, 2, corner. Give me these pipes. Does a 10 work here? A 10 will work perfectly. Thank you very much. Oh, no, it won't. Oh, no. That a 10 definitely does not work. You need to be a 5 instead. 5, and then I don't think a 3 will work there either. Nope. Couple of 1s. 1, 2. Bring you this way. 1, 2. Bring you down. 1, 2. This wall isn't built, so I can put stuff in here. This is fine. 1, 2. This will get replaced with a one-way valve. I missed it. Like so. Just to stop it from feeding back through into the pipe. It shouldn't be an issue, but just doing it anyway. Okay, excuse me. So basically, all of that in there, we're going to cool that down using vacuum. It's going to be a waste. But going forward, anything further coming through will just be cooled by the Stirlings. Is what it is. Rather than having to faff around getting all that pumped into here, we may as well just do a thing. What I'm going to do is we're not going to use a 10 there. To try and keep this tidy, I really need to colour these pipes in. I've got no excuse now that I'm using mods, but still I don't seem to bring myself to use it. Give me a straight. And then you're going to come down. I mean, technically this is all orange, just different temperatures. So, meh. Right, I need more pipes. But basically, that pipe will turn. It'll go across here. Into there. Into there. Do this. Like that. Theoretically... I mean, what I don't understand is how the pressure has gotten so low in there. Because surely those two being connected would have equalized. I obviously disconnected it as I was adding pipes. That's what's happened. Yep. Okay. Actually, what I said I was going to do was have a tank up here, didn't I? So let's do that. Like so. Actually, you know what? Let's go and make some more insulated pipes. I am being stupid. I may as well get my tank that is in the base moved into that other tank. And then we've got a massive surplus that we'll just run through just to get some CO2. So I need some steel. I always overthink things, and I just need to stop and think. I really wanna get this kind of all done. I assume our CO2 is completely empty. Yeah, this tank is now empty, which is fine. It's kind of what we thought was going to happen. But yeah, we're going to get this moved. No, don't need that. Right, give me those for now. We'll come back for the rest. Don't like waiting. I'm impatient. God, you don't get much done, do you? With time. Right. So if we do a thing like this. Right, and then what I'm going to do temporarily, I am going to hook that up to this with a pump. So if I do this. Now I'm going to have to use singles here because I need to get the pump in. Give me this guy. And then I need cable, which I can just pull from here. Like so. Whack you up to full. And let's just get some pressure into this network, which is the input for the Stirlings. It shouldn't take long because of the high pressure on the input. We should be fine. And yeah, one-way valve is allowing it to pass through. It's not going through here. Fine. But they're not turned on, obviously. Okay. So we'll wait for that. To be honest, because of the tank, we'll probably find that that entire tank will be emptied. Which is fine by me. Oh, you're so close. I've still got volatile, so you should still be mixing, which you are. You're so very close. Go on, you can do it. Okay, so I need I need some drains. So I need 2 drains, potentially 3, but I don't think this one will matter. But I think for safety, I'm going through jetpack so quick. Let's get 3 drains, just to avoid any whoopsies. Give me that. Give me those. Have I got any drains? I do not. Liquid drain. I need 3 of those, please. While I'm waiting, give me jetpack. Thank you kindly. Bomb, bomb. Why did it do that? I don't know. Right, done and done. Okay, so we go for liquid drain here. This room's going to be temperature controlled, so I can't have the liquid drain there. The liquid drain needs to go outside. Yes, that is a thing. What the fuck? That's a long jump. Okay, so if I stick you there, and you there, then we'll go 1, 2, 3, and then this one will just go over out here. So I can connect you to there, and then you to there, you to there. Okay. That will be perfectly safe. Right, next, let's get the box sealed, because I've done the cables, I've done the pipes. The canisters I'll do from inside. So yeah, so let me get this now sealed up. Like so. Okay. So how are we doing? 16 megapascal. How much we got left? 18. We'll wait for it. We've got other things we need to do anyway. So if I go inside, we now need to set up the system that is going to cool the Stirling. Now, oh, that's a point. Let me go check my nitrogen. I don't know. I'm planning on getting a little bit fancy, but I don't know if this is gonna do a thing. I don't know if this is just too much work for very little gain. So we've got it down to -137. So we need it to be much higher pressure. Okay. Give me some... you know what? 2 megapascal. Screw it. Why the hell not? Let that do its thing. I mean, I personally don't know what my plan here with this is. I kind of just wanted to see how cold I can get it. And it will eventually liquefy, but I don't think I think it's more hassle than it's worth. maybe we'll just use that for we could do it. We can use liquid nitrogen for the harm suit if we want to, and we can also use it for the cryopod. That's the word I was looking for. So the cooling here, even though it's a bit like same old, don't do any. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Let's just use vacuum. We can stick a medium radiator out here, and that may drastically cool that room down. I think what I might do is I might have a play at some other point when we're not on a vacuum world, like when we haven't got access to easy cooling. Maybe we'll do some experimenting with different forms of cooling and whatever. Like, because I wanted to fill that box with liquid, but realistically, I don't need to do that. I'm just over-engineering something I really don't need to over-engineer. Right, so that is all welded in there, so we can pop this glass off. Although by doing that, the pressure is going to drop, and I don't have a intake of CO2 anymore. It's only 3 frames. We've got a lot of volume in here. I think we're probably fine. Yes, we will lose some pressure, but I don't think it'll be much. And worst case scenario, I'll just drop some bloody oxide in here. It's fine. Oh no, they need to stay built because I'm going to put those back. I just need to be able to get in there and do stuff. So, canister, canister, and canister. You do you. Right, let's get some stuff up for this, shall we? So let's get a console. Maybe 2. Let's do another one. Console. Give me some copper. That's not much copper. Make me another one of those. Then I want a gas display. I need more iron. No, I need gold. But that is you. Then I'm going to need a sensor. I don't seem to have a sensor. I have a spare battery, but I don't need that right now. Right, sensor. So let's do this. After the sensor, I'm going to need glass, which I have. So we're going to put sensor in the middle. Try and give us as accurate as a reading as possible. Wire cutters. We make sure that I'm not going to cross any cables. I'm not, so that's fine. So you go there. You into there. Give me labeler. Turn that off. So if we go Stirling sensor. And then on this wall over here, we will take a couple of consoles. Just a couple of flat consoles is fine. Get both of those connected. Boom and boom. Gas display, glass and glass. That isn't going to work. And neither is that sensor. Because this is para generation. That needs to be connected. Basically, all of this needs to be connected. Oh no, because I need the logic on those different as well. Oh, you bastard. Fuck. That don't work. I need to... Ah, you bastard. The problem is there's not going to be any power on that line. Which is a problem. So I almost need to connect the sensor and the consoles to the yellow line. Because that's the power output. But that doesn't give me access to the Stirlings. I could have a read and write, and I could have a second IC housing, or potentially even a mirror. But I still need to write it, so I'm still going to need either a logic writer or an IC. I might as well do a second IC. Power it from this yellow line. You bloody thing, you. Okay, change of plan. Let's do consoles above the room. Give me a drill. You and you. And if I put you there, I guess I could hide the sensor. Oh, the sensor could go on the ceiling, actually. Yeah, let's tidy this up. So give me wire cutters. It's a bit tight. That is something she never said. And then you and you. You. Right, so then you go there. Give me the drill. Right, we'll put a sensor up here. And then this needs to be yellow cable. Thank you. You go across here. Straight across the top. And you connect into the yellow network over here. Right, then we tidy this up. Right, and then we will have gas display there, gas display there. Glass and glass. Rename that to Stirling. Wait, what? Stirling sensor. Let's open my suit because I'm just wasting oxygen. So one of those will give me the pressure, one of them will give me the temperature. Fine. Then I need to... What do I need? Because, I mean, the problem is I kind of want to operate you guys... Realistically... This one's easy. I can shift this cable out, go there, and then I free this guy up. But he's going to have to come up and into the wall, which is a bit messy. But there's no other way of tidying it unless I'm going to rotate the Stirlings. And I think we all know I'm not going to do that. But they have to be connected to the yellow cable. So let's do this. Like so. The red cable goes to the back of the Stirlings. Which obviously this guy already is. You become a straight. This guy can just become a T. So you connect to the main power there. And then this is going to run along the back of the Stirlings. I might have to go outside to do this. But we'll try and do it from in here. You going to let me? Yep, there's one. There's another. There's another. I can't remember what that IC was doing. Why is it complaining? Oh, okay, it's not connected to the thing. That's why. Oh, let me quickly go outside. It's just easier, isn't it? Okay. So that cable there just needs connecting to that cable there. So there we go. Solar panels are working again. So that's basically the Stirlings are coming back onto themselves, going into there, powering the batteries, all absolutely fine, doing what we want it to do. Now the yellow cable is all that stands between me and success. Excuse me, I got hiccups. Now, annoyingly, I'm going to end up seeing the cable along the bottom of the glass. The question is, am I bothered? I mean, there's worse things I could do. It's fine. It could be worse. At least I'm colour coding stuff a little bit. So you come over here. And then same with this guy. You come up. You go into there. Like so. And then we just run this all the way around. And we're going to have to go up and over. Not elegant. Quite ugly, actually. But it's fine. I can live with it. Can you? Okay. So we should... Yeah, so we're all good. They're obviously going outside. That's fine. The output is feeding back round. So let's go and check on the tank outside. Go and see how empty it is. Okay. So, you are 1.7 megapascal. Okay, you know what? I'm done. Because now it's going to start taking longer and longer to do that. Because, whoops. Because the pressure is dropping, the pump won't be as efficient. So let's just not waste any more time. Let's get this tidied up. You go there. Perfect. And then we get rid of this guy. That becomes a straight. And now we can run this pipe across. That's probably going to be not a 10, maybe a 5. And then go for a straight. I'm not crossing any pipes, am I? No. No, we're good. Then you come round here. Get rid of you. You become a 3. And you become a 3. Okay, so we should find that there's a small amount of pressure in here. I think what I could do... I could put another one-way valve on this, but I don't know if I need it. Let's just do it anyway. Stick a one-way valve there. Always open. I should have done it before, but it doesn't matter. Alright. So we've got a pipe network that feeds to that tank, and then we've got the furnace coming into this tank, and it's going to be running into our Stirling. So I think we're all good there. Let me go and get some water before I keel over and die. Thank you. You may as well make me another potato. Hello, Mr. Trader. How you doing? Okay. So our Stirlings are there. They're ready to go. They're all primed and ready for action. But I don't have any cooling in this room. So that's what I need to do next. So all we'll do is the same cooling that we've got. But we're just... I think this is going to get quite hot with the fact that there's going to be 3 Stirlings in that room. So what I think we should do is use 1, maybe 2 medium radiators. I'm not too sure. We've got a pump. Give me some non-insulated pipes. And what we could do, where I put that one-way valve, we could swap that for a pump. Potentially. Did I not make a medium radiator? Thought I had one. That's a furnace. Ice crusher. Door. Nope. 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 Okay, fine. So I don't know how well the medium... I don't even know if the medium radiator works in a vacuum, to be honest. Medium radiator. Oh, optimized for radiating heat in vacuums. Yeah, exactly what I want. So I need some Invar. Invar, where are you? Right, one of those. One should be enough. If it isn't, we'll just scale it up. It's fine. So I'm going to need a passive vent. We'll do insulated because the... Oh, I've got one. That's fine. So insulated vent, insulated pipes. Be going into the... Well, following the wall, and then we go non-insulated afterwards. Into the radiator. Do I need a digital valve? Well, no, I need that room to always... Oh, no, I do need to shut it off, because if the room is fine, then I don't want anything else running through, do I? So... Or do we just use the pump as the pull? No, I need to cut off the circulation. Yeah, it's fine. I know what I need to do. Give me a digital valve. Some steel, please. All of this could have very easily been done by just vacuuming that tank outside instead. But why not? Let's gain something from it. Right. Back outside. Okay, so if we said that the passive vent is going to go over on this wall, because it can, then... And we'll have to run that yellow cable all the way along the top, that's fine. So passive vent, this isn't going to go on the outside, obviously, but if we say the passive vent's going to be there, on the inside, obviously, and then we will have... I know what's going to happen here. It's going to tell me I can't put the radiator here. Yep, excuse me, because it needs a frame. God damn you. Fine. What if I do it here instead? Hey, what about that? Radiator. Yeah, that'll work. Fine. So if we do ye, so obviously our passive vent will be there, but we'll just be the other way around. So we'll have insulated pipe come down. This radiator can't go here because the bloody power cable is going to be in the way. So give me that, and then give me the right tool. Yeah, bloody tool. You go here. I don't think the direction matters, but we're doing that. Then what we'll do is digital valve will go there, obviously on the inside. And then here we'll do insulated pipe. We can take that off now. Then we may as well just use non-insulated here because it's basically connected to a radiator anyway. And then here we will do pump. The pump can go here. And then use the insulated pipes again. And needs to connect to the input of the digital valve. Like so. Now the only downside is that this will need to connect to the yellow network, not the red. So this is going to look a bit of a mess unless I run it up to the ceiling and then over to there. It's probably going to be the tidiest option. Give me some yellow cable. You go there. Straight up. That can connect to the digital valve. Right up to here. And I may have enough. No, I don't have enough. That's fine. So let's get the radiator built. You don't have to build this, but it just looks better when it's finished. You go there, you go there. So I just need passive vent, digital valve. Let's label you as Stirling cooling pump. That pump, to be honest, I might just always leave it on. Maybe. But not at 10 litres. We'll run it down to like 9. And then that way the gas can stay in the radiator for a little bit. Because I think if we pull it out too quickly, I don't think it'll have time to cool. But each one of those pipes holds like 10 litres. So, you know what, maybe 10 will be fine because it's more than just one. We'll see, we'll see. Right, digital valve, passive vent, more heavy cable. And then we'll see if that works. Cancel. Right, I need more heavy cable. Give it to me now. That's not much. I need a lot more. Not 100 copper though. 50 will do. Right, so what we do is passive vent here. With digital valve here. Not that I can see it. There we go. That's fine. Stirling cooling valve. So pump will always be on, but we will program the cooling valve to come on when the temperature in there gets a little bit toasty. And I can't remember what temperature it needs to be. When high pressure hot gas is supplied in the input, the gas will heat the hot side of the unit, then pass into the output pipe. The cooler side uses the room's atmosphere, which is at a lower temperature and pressure. A lower temperature and pressure, fine, not an issue. Blah 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 blah. We're obviously doing volatile, so we know that's going to be absolutely fine. It doesn't specifically say, so I guess we just want to keep that cool. If we can keep it at room temperature, perfect, but we need to close this off. So give me glass, because I think we're done in here now. I think. Give me... Where's my data disk? I know I got one. Right. You need to connect to the Stirling sensor. That's the pressure. You need to be the temperature. Connect to the Stirling sensor. There we go. 24 degrees, 53 kPa. Fine. We're going to be pumping in gas at about 650. I wish I could see the temperature out here. Do I care? Do I care? No, not really. I don't care. Right. Give me some yellow cable. Oh, I did have enough cable. It's gone. It's gone all the way across. Oh, perfect. Alright, that's fine. So all I've got to do now is code this. I want to read from the batteries. When the batteries fall below, I don't know, say 80%, then we kick the Stirling on. And then we just see how the cooling handles it. Obviously, I've got to code the cooling. So let me just go and chuck my suit, excuse me, over here. Let's get a bit more cleaner. Give me this. Import. Alright. So ignore this crap. This is just the solar panel stuff. So we want to load into R0 from the Stirling sensor, the temperature, sub into R0 minus 273.15, and then we need to set greater than into R0 where R0 is greater than. It's just got to be colder. The more colder it is, the better this is going to work. We're pumping in 650 degrees C. There's a massive difference between that and what this is going to be. For now, let's go 30. I think that's fine. And then if it's greater than 30, save to the... I could just call it cooling pump. The cooling pump, the on is R0. Not the cooling pump, the cooling valve, because the pump is always going to be on. Just for safety. And that should do that. Excuse me. So let me alias the sensor to D1. Alias the cooling valve to D2. There's no errors there. Perfectly fine. Click confirm. This will be the first part of the code. Export. You are erroring, but that's because you don't know what this is. Where's the Stirling sensor? Fuck. Wrong fucking network. Oh, fuck a doodle. Screwed that up, didn't I? Wrong bloody network. Go away. Sorry, solar tracking. As you were. It's fine. It's fine. I need another IC. Now, I'm pretty sure I've got one. There and there. Thank you very much. And then you are just going to be powered and connected to this system, so that is fine. Yeah, I connected you to the yellow cable. You're all okay. All right, let's try that again, shall we? So alias we'll just gas sensor to D0, alias the cooling valve to D1, and as we were, load into R0 from the gas sensor the temperature, sub into R0 minus 273.15, set greater than into R0 where R0 is greater than 30, save to the cooling valve, the on. Is it on? Or is it open? I can't remember. It's going to be the on. Fine. The on of R0. Jump to start. I haven't even wrote start in there. What am I doing? Start yield. Okay, that's the first bit. So if we put you in there, export that. You do that. I need yellow cable. Let me borrow this. Thank you very much. You and you. Turn you on, turn you off. And then, excuse me, I need the Stirling sensor. Not engine, sensor. And then I want the Stirling or cooling valve. That one. Alright, so that is currently in there a bit hot. Sorry, it's not hot, so that is absolutely fine. So, I guess I need to make sure that my pump is on. Is my pump on? Nope. Not at all. I need my suit. We are going to keep that pump on at all times. Just, it's not going to use much power. Power's not an issue, and this whole point is to produce power, so it's fine. For the sake of a few watts, let's just whack this up. And just always on. And we'll just see what happens. Okay. So that should be that. So now I guess what I need to do as a test is we want to whack those Stirlings on. Or at least, well, we want to whack all 3 of them on. So, as a test, let me get a memory and a logic IO. And let's just write to those Stirlings. Which I can write to this. This is fine. So I need a batch writer. And I need a memory. Go away, go away. Wire cutters, wire. Also, can you piss off for a sec? Right, you go there. You there. And you go there. And then with the screwdriver, we just set you to 1. That is not the one I wanted. That is, nope. That one. So then you are going to take in the memory out to the Stirling engines, the on. So I'll have to just make sure I'm pretty, if I want to turn it off, I need to make sure that I just change that memory. But yeah, so basically if I turn this on, Stirling engines turn on. And cooling is not keeping up. Hydration critical. In the slightest. I mean, don't get me wrong, oh no, they're not working now, look. They're not working, so basically my cooling, nowhere near quick enough. By a long shot. Okay. Well, that didn't work. So, let's change you to that. That should turn them off, which it has. Okay. So that valve is open, but look how slowly that temperature is coming down. Okay. So we need a lot more cooling. So what if I mean, look how slow that's coming down. 3 Stirlings is just too much. I mean, what temperature did I get in that tank, though? Did it at least cool my bloody thing down? Oh, we shaded off 100 degrees C. So, well, that looked like it got hotter for a second then. Alright, so, I mean, the cooling element works, but the cooling is like below par. So we need a better way of doing it. I could put more medium radiators, which is an option. I mean, just that room alone, look how slowly that's cooling. Not good enough at all. And also, the valve will be bottlenecking a little bit, won't it? That isn't going to be perfect. So we could go for another medium. Well, we're going to need a couple. I don't know whether to put more vents on and increase the volume of that pipe. Maybe if I put a utility on that pipe, it would hold more. Let's try it. Let's try it. Because if we hold more in there, then maybe it will allow more to pass through quicker. Maybe. Silicone. So make me just a couple of those. And then after that, I want another medium radiator. Right. Radiator. Maybe I will end up using the liquid nitrogen to cool this. Who the hell knows? Do I have any... I've still got enough steel sheets. That's fine. And my thinking is we'll put that out there. Connect it to that pipe. Somewhere around there. Maybe there. I was assuming I could put it next to that cable. I don't know. But yeah, we need to increase our cooling. So yeah, make 2 medium radiators. That is fine. I give you permission to do that. You have permission. Whilst I is waiting, give me some water. Alright. Done, done, done. Right, so if we, can I... question A, can I put this here? I cannot. God damn you, fool. I mean, I could do it there. I guess it is fine. It doesn't matter that it's that close to that. It's fine. So if we stick you there, that's going to increase the volume. It's going to reduce the pressure in that room. Not an issue. So then next what I want to do is put more of these radiators down. So if we do... Let me think. If we just go for one here and one there. I've got iron sheets so we can give these a single weld. Like so. Steel sheets. I don't have enough bloody pipes. And it's a bit of a waste using insulated on this system. But if we did that, because I think these can pass both ways anyway. So if we do that, right, go get some more pipes. It's only a bit of iron, it's not going to take too long. Yeah, we've got iron in there, we're fine. Pipe. Make me about, well, whatever that is. 30. Obviously we can't use that still, which is fine. CO2, we're on 22.5, so we're not running out of CO2 anytime soon. It's not a massive concern, but I really want to get this cooling up and running. Just a little bit. And this is only going to be taking the edge off anyway. Like, we're still going to have to cool this tank separately, but I just want to get something from it. Because during the night look, one of our large batteries is down to about half. During the day, we're fine because we gain all the power, but there's no reason to ever be dropping. You fool. Laddie stacker. Give me another potato. Would you like a potato, mister? You'll have to come inside because I can't throw things through the window. Right, that's probably enough. He hopes. Right. So I'm gonna... I don't think this saves on pipes, but we can do 3s here. But then here, I'm gonna tee them up. It's all one thing. It doesn't have to travel through the entire thing. That can't not help though. I mean, some may say, why is that temperature going up? Well, some may answer, I don't fucking know. The pump is on, it's just not pumping it out very quick. So am I going to end up in a situation where this pipe gets overpressured? Well, no, it will never overpressure, it'll be hot. So it'll only ever be the pressure of the room. I mean, that is still cooling bloody slow. If I set the memory to a 1... Jesus. 3 Stirlings is just too much. What if I just had 1? Is it enough cooling just for 1? Let's find out. In the memory, out just to any of the Stirling, I don't care which. Oh, no, I can't do that. Because they're all piped in. I can't do that. Okay. Well, that's a thing. We could have a massive nitrogen cooling loop. Because I think nitrogen works well as a coolant, correct? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Um... I mean, I'd be lying if I said I knew how, like, this stuff worked. How are we gonna cool you down, eh? How are we gonna do it? Do we just keep scaling and scaling? I think the problem with this is it's bottlenecking there anyway. I mean, it's coming down quicker, but as we've just seen, it's nowhere near quick enough. What is that? Oh, that's from my landing pod, isn't it, when I crashed? Yes. Question. Is the... I mean, obviously it's working, but how much gas is there in those pipes at any one time? It's on 25 kilopascal. The room's at 90, so the pump is working exceptionally hard. I mean, I don't know if scaling these up is going to be the best idea. There's probably more ingenious methods.
Jetpack critical.
You've run out of volatile, so you're not doing any more mixing now. Since we've got all this pipe, let's get some... Let's do some of the smaller pipe radiators. I don't know if this is the best thing to be doing. Let's fucking try it. Because those medium radiators are slightly more expensive. But if we just make... because they're using Invar. Again, I can make Invar, it's not an issue. They're also using steel. But if I just did, like, massively did loads of these... excuse me. Is that going to be a thing? Is that going to work as well? I don't know. But we need to use those ones, which means I'm going to need more pipes. I only have 3. Bloody stacker. Sort your life out. Give me some iron. After you've done all of those, I need some more pipes. Let me sort out my jetpack as well. How much nitrogen do I actually have? 1.9 kilomoles. I mean, I got a bit of liquid nitrogen there. But, I mean, I don't know. I need a lot more for decent cooling. But maybe that's the play. Maybe we have a liquid nitrogen cooling system. Because I can only assume that's going to be better. I don't know the maths. Nor do I want to know the maths. I want to just stick stuff down and see how it works. Either will or it won't. I mean, at the moment, what I've stuck down, not working. Not working in the slightest. Excuse me. Let me put this back down again. So it's ready. Taking the memory out to all the Stirling engines. The on. I got 13 radiators. So I want about another 2 pipes. Give me a stack. Oh, go on then. Give me another one. You know you want to. Right. So let's just make a massive bloody pipe. Non-insulated. And just whack them on. And just see if this helps in any kind of capacity. Okay, so if I just bring this up. I don't think I'm able to fly high enough, to be honest. Oh, you idiot. I can save pipes, can't I? Because you can put the radiators on the long pipes. Let's try it again. Give me a 10. Boom. Now give me the radiators. Look, you can do this. It's a thing. Give me more pipe. We'll just whack another 10 on. Why the hell not? Make this ridiculous cooling flute, if you want to call it that. It's not a flute because it hasn't got an open top, but you know what I mean. Right. What's that doing? Right, we've got negative temperature out here. To the point where we're cooling it to the point where that's going to burst that fucking pipe. You should probably be quicker than that. Although the pressure's quite low. I mean, I'm pretty positive that's gonna pop. But let me just go and see what's happening with the room. Fuck off. Maybe it's getting bottlenecked by that guy. Maybe I need to have one vent in, one vent out. Might be an option. Give me those. I need a insulated passive vent. With me, I need steel. Give me that. Just one of those, please. I have insulated pipes, so that is fine. Because I wonder if, like, technically, cold and hot's getting mixed. Really, I want cold over here, don't I? I want to create an almost flow. So, I mean, I could put this guy... I wish I could rotate into the bloody room, but I can't. So, how are we looking? I mean, you're gonna freeze your ass off soon. But if we instead did a thing where I do a thing. If I do this way, make sure I'm not crossing any pipes. I don't think I will be. I won't be, that's fine. Give me a corner. Run a 10 all the way over there. Perfect. Put the vent on the end of that instead. So for now, just very quickly give me a corner. Not a T. A corner. Right, now, unfortunately, I need to kind of go in that room. Which is a bit problematic considering it's 200 degrees in there. Do I have any oxide to cool it down quickly? Nope. Yes. Yes, I do. Because I can just do the stupid thing. Let's do a stupid thing. Let's do this and this. Melt, my pretty, melt. Because you're gonna need to. Boom. Right. We can put passive vent there. put the glass back in. And that I hope is going to counter that temperature I just put in. It's fine. It's fine. And now, I mean, we cooled the box down by a lot by doing that. So now let me go and redo this piping. And now rather than it going directly in, if we just make that a corner like that, then that should be creating a flow. Holy hell, how are you not freezing? Pollutant. Okay, you're not quite at the negative temperature yet, and your pressure's not high enough for liquid, but at some point you are going to freeze. Got to be very careful of that. Alright, so what's that doing to the room? What is that doing? Naff all. Absolutely naff all. So that could be... That could just be that valve really bottlenecking what's being fed into the room. If I was to replace the valve with a pump, what would that do? I don't know. I just don't know. We could turbo pump it. We could change that to a turbo pump, have it basically suck out that room, but the turbo pump would be pushing. And then I need a turbo pump on the other side as well. Or do we do a pulling system? So do we have the turbo pump outside pulling through the valve? Is that going to increase it in any way? No idea. Let's find out. I need some electrum. I have electrum. Might make me one of them. Right, thank you kindly. Let's go and replace that pump out there with this. Because effectively, the pump is pulling from the room and just putting it back into the room. I guess the problem is that pump's probably not working very quickly. But then, do I want it to work quickly? I don't know. I'm not sure. So, as a thing, let me very quickly take you up. I'm very aware this is dangerous. Give me power. Can't get to the bloody button.
Hydration critical.
Got bigger problems right now, suit lady. Can't get to the button. There we go. So what if I did that? My thinking is it now won't exist in this pipe for long enough. Yeah, the turbo pump is basically going to get to a point where the gas isn't in there for it to cool. Is what's going to happen. So what is the sweet spot? So if we set that to 30. Alright, so the pressure in there is now going up, meaning the valve is allowing a little bit more than 30 through. So what if we go 35? Pressure's going down. 33. 33 is not bad. Pressure's going down though, so let's go for 32. No, so it's like 33.5. Let's do that then. 33.5. Or is it 32.5? No, let's go 32.5. Still too slow. So 32.7. I can live with 32.7. So that is interesting. So what we could do theoretically is we know that one valve, let's say 30. Just round it down, make it easier for my little brain. We weren't maximizing how quickly we can run the gas through. We're still bottlenecking. So maybe what we do is we need more digital valves. Open up a larger system. Give that room a larger... Give it a larger volume. Like, add a tank outside, pressurize it up to like 100 MPa. 100 MPa, fucking hell, not 100 MPa, 100 kPa. Or just do the same with some utilities. I still don't think this is going to cool as quick as I'd like it to. If we set this to a 1... Yeah, the heat is real. The heat is real! I mean, it's definitely coming down quicker. We're in the right direction, but it's just not cutting it. I mean, I don't need 3 Stirlings. I'm making this harder for myself than it needs to be. We've got some liquid nitrogen just sat there waiting to be used. I could cycle. IV. I don't know. And just to top it all off now, we're going to get a solar storm. And it's going to heat up that pipe. Because it's uninsulated. Fantabby-doozy. How do we create a much better cooling system than this? We basically need a large heat sink that we can just dump heat into and we can just cool massively. I mean, apart from massively scaling radiators, the other cleverer ways would be potentially we do fill that with the liquid nitrogen and have that be a thing. I don't know what pressure... Like, if we look at nitrogen... so it will exist as a liquid as soon as it hits, like, what, negative... Let's say, I don't know, negative 88, anything more than that, it's going to turn into gas, at which point it will blow that room. Not what we want. But also, we can't have 5 MPa in there anyway. We can't go any more than all the way down here. So, if we were doing 100 kPa, we'd have to get it down to negative 198. I don't think we can do it. We could just use an AC for this. I don't know how great that's going to be. Hello, Mr. Solar Storm. How are you doing? Unsure. Apart from scaling up massive amounts of cooling, I don't know how to cool my Stirling engines. I mean, the other option is I don't have 3. I just do 1. And to be honest, I'm overthinking this anyway because, like I said, I originally did this so I can cool down my fuel from... not my fuel. My waste from my furnace. But realistically, that would just take time with a vacuum into space. So why am I doing it this way? Because I want to. That is the only reason. I'm not just going to sit here thinking while you watch me think. I'm going to have a think between videos as to how I would do this. I am open to suggestions on the best ways of kind of doing this. I know that I don't need 3 Stirlings, but I want 3 Stirlings because I've got it all built now. There must be a way of cooling this. I mean, I could get the amount of heat that this is generating is pretty ridiculous. Realistically, though, that room should never get hotter than the furnace it's going through it, though, right? So all we're really losing is some efficiency. So let's just quickly see. So if we went, we'll go get me some water to stop this bloody breathing. So if I set this to 1, excuse me. Okay. Obviously the noise is unreal. So you can see the cold side getting hotter. All that's going to happen is the efficiency is going to drop in it. That's all that's going to happen. Question is, do I care? What's the first one doing? First one's doing 1.2 kilowatts. So we're not even producing a kilowatt at this point. Are we even cooling the tank down? Let's have a look. We're not even cooling the fucking tank down. What a waste of time. But that's because of that's because of the efficiency. Temperature in that box is now ridiculous. It's not worth the hassle. Ay, caramba. Ay, caramba. I'm open to suggestions, because I don't know the best way of doing this, really. Do I just continue to scale up the radiators to the point where that's what I do? It just seems a bit daft that I'd have to put on 1,000,000 radiators. But again, it's a lot of heat that I'm kicking out. 600 degrees is what that's going to try and get up to. So it makes sense that this wouldn't be easy. I just feel like doing phase change is too complicated for what should be a very simple thing. So do I... You know what? I'm gonna very quickly... I'm gonna just go and cram 1,000,000 radiators. And let's just see how many we actually need to get this thing cooled down. So I will bring you right back. Okay, so got it. I'm going to try a slight change of plan because I don't want to make a massive bloody thing of radiators. I think it's going to look ridiculous. So instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to see. I haven't touched anything. All I've done is remove 2 of the Stirlings. So they're kind of just here in a pile. And I'm just going to see whether the cooling I have right now can cope with it. My thinking is no. If I can't cope with 1, there's no way I'm going to be able to cope with 3. At which point next time I'll probably look at seeing if I can implement the cooling. At the rate this is coming down, I don't think this is going to keep up personally. But let's find out. Let's find out. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, I think there's 2 things here that I need to sort out. One, I think the room needs to be more pressure, personally. What I might do I have any more oxide? No, I don't. I do have a bit of nitrice. Not much, but a little bit. I'm going to break my own rule. Well, I don't think it matters because you can see there, look, I'm already at 100 kPa and still heating up. So I really need to work on something more efficient than this. I basically don't have the infrastructure. I'm trying to rush something that I have no business trying to do. So I think what I should probably do instead is just cool my furnace tank down in just a normal manner, because I've lost track of why I was doing this in the first place. And this, I'm pretty sure, is getting bloody hot. So actually, what I wanted to do isn't working. I don't know how I've gained 20 degrees C in there. It's going up. How the hell is it going up? I don't get it. Like, everything is insulated. Even if it wasn't insulated, it's vacuum out there. So somehow, I'm gaining heat. Unless it's from the furnace. But then it's not pumping, so I don't know. But I think I should stick to just the vacuum cooling of this guy, because I know that's going to work absolutely fine. And if I want to do Stirlings, I need to really figure out how I'm supposed to keep this room cool. I know what I need to do. I probably could do some... I could probably pump something into there like liquid pollutant or liquid nitrogen and allow it to evaporate, causing cooling. Excuse me. That's one option. Another option is I could use ACs. I could probably chain my ACs together. Have one cooling the waste of another, like what we're doing on Vulcan in the greenhouse. There's multiple things I could be doing, which I just don't have set up. Which is a shame, because that's like 3 radiators, all of those, and it just isn't cutting it. I think it's a bottleneck of the passive vents. I don't think they're helping massively. I could try doing an active vent, potentially, but then I'm shoving more into my uninsulated network, so then I risk it freezing. So yeah, I need to have a play with this a bit more, I think. But yeah, we'll let that cool down. Basically, we can't use this right now. We're going to bypass that. Another option is that we have this one constantly cycling the gas. It'll slowly cool that tank down, or it should do. Or at least the furnace waste, sorry, I should say. Oh, that's what's happening. The temperature of that tank's going up because when I pushed everything back this way, I then had 3 Stirlings very quickly cool this tank down, but now I'm not cooling, so the gas is coming out hotter than it was before. Still colder than the tank above the furnace, but hotter than this tank. So actually, I've made no leeway whatsoever. So I need to stop being lazy, and I need to get some kind of phase change set up. I need to collect a ton of pollutant, which we can get into a liquid form really easily by just cooling it down, building up the pressure, and then we can use that to cool this room. That is a job for next time, because I over-exaggerated how easy I thought this was going to be. It's not. I've used it on Europa, because you don't need to do the fucking cooling. No, I didn't. Oh yeah, Europa is so cold that we were able to force that in. And that's what we did. On Vulcan, I've used it, not had to worry about it because it's always colder than what I was pumping through. But here on a vacuum, we're having to create an atmosphere, and it's something that's new to me for the Stirling. So we will have another play with that, I think, next time. So I haven't really got much done. So a bit of a waste episode. I apologise. On the plus side, at least we figured out that we can degas ores in the recycler. So you know what? Win-win. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, sorry for the waste episode. But I guess this is what Stationeers is all about. You do things, you get them wrong, you try and learn from them, or you don't, and you just keep getting it wrong either way. So I will leave it here. But thank you to all you lovely people for watching. I appreciate your time. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.